Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we are here for a reading about the person on your mind and your connection to each other. Today's reading is going to be a general look at your person. So we're going to get started with an energy check to see what their overall energy towards you and in the connection is. And then after that, we're going to dive deep into the tarot to see what their general thoughts about you are, their overall stance, how they really feel about you. We're going to do an ultra deep dive here today in this reading. I'm so glad you joined me, by the way. I hope you're having an amazing day or night whenever you're here. If anybody has anything positive to share with the collective, I invite you to do that down below in the comments, like a positive quote or good news or anything to get the good vibes going here today. Okay, so wow. We have the oyster. We also have the whale. I'm feeling like I need to get 3. So I'm going to pull one more card out for us. Both of those are water sign energies, by the way. So your person could be a water sign, sun, moon, or rising, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We also have a little bit of fire here, more specifically Leo, more than likely with the lion represented. Okay, so your person's overall energy and the connection. Here's the scoop. This person's a lot more emotional than they let on, okay? The whale card talks about very deep, deep depths. And since it is water energy and we have a lot of water coming through for your person, I feel like it's their emotional depths. This person has deep feelings towards you and life in general. But the thing about it is they prefer to keep it contained. They keep it closed off. This is something they prefer to hide from most people. And sometimes even themselves, they might be a little bit intimidated or sensitive to share their own feelings with others, even their own self. They prefer to kind of shut it away or hide it away because it feels safer. I think we're just talking about like a highly sensitive individual, somebody who's really in tune with other people. They might be the type that walks into a room and instantly picks up on everybody's energy to the point where it's almost overwhelming to them. So instead of like facing that and learning how to block other people's energy or emotions out, they've really taught themselves how to wall things off. And I think unfortunately for your person, they've done that even to themselves. So the thing about it is, I think this person has very deep feelings for you, but they have a tendency to not share those out loud. They keep a lot of it to themselves out of fear. I also heard the word hesitation. However, given that we have the lion coming out as the 3rd card for us today, what that's telling me is it's something they're more than likely working on. Because the lion talks about somebody who is completely devoted to personal and spiritual growth. And so there is some level of recognition coming from this person that they have maybe some emotional wounds or a tendency to shut down or shut out, but that's something that's not serving them, that they need to work on that. That's like a character flaw they feel needs to be improved upon. Maybe this person's been going to therapy or getting some kind of counseling, or just had like that wake up call moment where they realized walls are not better than boundaries, okay? Maybe your person's really struggled with having healthy boundaries in the past, and so instead of protecting themselves in healthy ways, they kind of just shut down or shut out. Let's see what their deepest thoughts and feelings are about you specifically now, though. Now that we've done a good energy check. Because I feel like this person has a lot deeper feelings for you than they let on, and it's a self-defense mechanism, basically, is what we've been getting at here. So let's see. Okay, hold on. We have the Knight of Wands. We also have the 2 of Wands. I think you really excite this person. I just heard the word fresh. We also have Judgment. I think you and your connection with each other is one of the things that woke this person up to giving things a new chance, because I'm having a lot come through about excitement, fresh starts, new beginnings, having fun, loosening up, lightening up a little bit. So I think you've created a safe space for this person to be emotional and let their emotions out. They probably aren't doing that 100% yet, but it's actually something that they've awakened to at this point, likely inspired by this connection to some degree, and they're starting to feel more open, like that's something they need to work on within themselves. So I think you have a really naturally nurturing, I'm not surprised this came out, strength, look at the lion there too. I think you have a naturally nurturing energy to you. This person almost feels like the lion, and you're sort of like the nurturer, the calming presence to them. You've created this like safe space, this bubble for this person to actually feel like it's safe and it's okay to have their emotions and to maybe let some of them out. Your person has been quite shut down though for most likely a long time. So this isn't something that's going to change within them overnight, but it is something they're starting to work on. They're starting to process, starting to want to heal. And honestly, I think a lot of that is because of you and the safe space, this bubble that you've created around them to feel like they can really be themselves. They can really trust another person. In fact, I think that's honestly one of maybe their core wounds would be trust issues. Maybe they've had a lot of shady or shifty characters in their life before that they felt like they could trust, so they went all in and then found out later that was a mistake. Maybe they shouldn't have trusted those people. Yeah, this is a burden this person has carried for quite some time. It's weighing on them with that 10 of Swords. They felt defeated in love in the past, and it's like something about this connection feels fresh and new. It feels different. Your person acknowledges that, but those wounds are still there. Even though this connection feels healthier, it feels more positive and safe for this person, those wounds still remain. They're not going to heal overnight. Just like any other, wound or issue that we have, it's not something that usually just goes away in an instant. But your person is becoming more self-aware. They're becoming kinder to themselves. And it's like they're intentionally trying to take little baby steps in the direction of being more open, okay? I get that energy a lot with the Two of Wands, which is one of our first cards out. Baby steps, little by little, taking your time, not rushing the process, maybe making a plan with a checklist and checking it off one by one instead of trying to get to point A or from point A to point B overnight, okay? So I would say your person does feel like they can trust you, but they're still really guarded and closed off, especially with their emotional world, okay? So this is the type of person I can see is going to require a lot of patience to be with. They're going to need a lot of patience, a lot of grace. Healing is also not linear. It's not going to just, again, from point A to point B happen, and definitely not happen overnight. There might be ups and downs a little bit as your person navigates this new reality they're trying to integrate, okay? But they have a lot of care for you. I think that you've touched their heart in ways nobody else has, and you really make this person feel safe to be their authentic self, and that's really just a beautiful thing. It seems to me like they struggle with low self-esteem or something like that that also causes them to shut down. So these are things they are working on, but it's not going to happen overnight. They're aware of that, and I think that they just have a lot of trust, faith, and gratitude in you for being such a supporter to them through this process. So that's beautiful. I'm getting you out a couple of personal messages now. These don't have to relate to the connection. This is just for you to bring your energy back to you again and do a good reset. So your first message is the flicker. New rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to trust and adapt. Okay. And then your affirmation of the day, I'm going to read and then hold up for you. I invite you to affirm this with me. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I am grateful for this body, this mind, and this soul. Your body allows you to get up every morning and live. Your mind allows you to feel alive, and your soul is the one that allows you to have meaningful connections. Give thanks to them daily. Beautiful. Thank you all so much for joining. I'm so glad you were here with me today. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day or night. And until next time, bye for now.